And yet, there are people who carry a quiet strength, a light that refuses to go out, even in the darkest of nights. This is the story of Sara, a woman who walked through life as if crossing a storm. No umbrella, no shelter, only hope. A hope that never left her side, even when everything else disappeared. Sara lived in a small, quiet town, the kind of place where everyone knows each other's name, but very few truly see one another. Life there moved slowly, like an old clock losing its rhythm. Her home was simple, rented, and old. It had stained walls, cold rooms, and a roof that cried during the winter rain. She lived there with her 10-year-old son, Arthur. Her life had been turned upside down after her husband abandoned them. He took the money, the furniture, and even Arthur's new clothes, forcing her to start again from zero. A harsh, unfair reset. But Sara didn't complain. Or if she did, it was only to God, in whispers, when no one could hear. She worked as a seamstress in a small workshop. Her hands, covered in scars and calluses, created clothes filled with care and dedication. These were pieces that would never carry her name, but they always carried her strength. Her son, Arthur, was a sensitive, smart, and quiet boy. And because he was different, bullying followed him. Kids at school made fun of his simple clothes, his small lunch, and the fact that he lived without a father. But he had a safe place, his mother, and even with almost nothing, Sara tried to give him everything a child needs to grow with dignity. Then, one morning, everything changed. Some clothes disappeared from the workshop. The owner, a bitter and careless man, needed someone to blame, and blaming Sara was easy. She was humble, quiet, invisible. He fired her coldly, cruelly, without even letting her defend herself. It was a trap, a lie. Walking home, wiping away tears, Sara felt the world growing heavier. But when Arthur ran to her with a smile, she pretended to be strong. Because sometimes, a mother must break in silence. The weeks that followed were brutal. The landlady threatened to evict them. The electricity and water were about to be cut off. The fridge was almost empty. The people who once promised to help had disappeared. Friends vanished. Even neighbors began to avoid her gaze. At night, Sara would sit on her bed, folding the bills she couldn't pay, and feel the colors draining from her world. She prayed for strength, not revenge, and cried softly so Arthur wouldn't hear. But he felt his mother's pain anyway. Sara searched for work everywhere she could think of. Bakeries, small shops, markets, ateliers. But every time she heard the words, "We will call you," she knew it meant nothing. The lie about her being fired had spread like wildfire. In a small town, rumors travel fast, and doors closed before she could even knock. Still, she kept walking, even while she was falling apart inside. Then came the worst day. The landlady gave them only 2 days to leave. That same afternoon, Arthur came home hurt and crying. Kids at school had called him poor, a burden, a future nobody. Something inside Sara broke, a deep, painful crack. The next morning, under a heavy, relentless rain, she ran through the town. Every door she knocked on offered only cold answers or false pity. When her hope was almost gone, she saw a small wooden door with an old, faded sign, Aurora Threads Handmade Pieces. Inside, an older woman listened to her story. She listened to her experience, her skills, her desperation. "We are not hiring," the woman said. But Sara stayed. Soaking wet, she begged without shame, showing her scarred hands. Her voice was shaking, her legs weak. In that moment, the woman finally saw her not as a beggar, but as a warrior trying to save her family. "Come back tomorrow," she said. Sometimes one simple sentence can save a soul. Sara returned the next morning before the shop even opened. She worked hard, learned fast, and slowly began to rebuild a small piece of her dignity. The pay was small, but it felt like breathing again. At night, when the world slept, Sara created. She stitched tiny dresses and baby overalls, using soft colors, delicate embroidery, and poetic stitches. Arthur would watch everything with shining eyes. He suggested colors and names for her creations. Those nights became their secret joy. One day, Sara gathered her courage and showed 2 of her pieces to the atelier's manager. The woman stayed silent for a long moment, studying every detail. This is different," she finally said. "This is art." She showed the clothes to her clients. Other shops became interested. Soon, orders began to appear. A window had finally opened in Sara's life. Little by little, Sara built something new. First, a tiny atelier in her home. Then, a small rented room. Then, she hired 2 other women who, like her, had once had nothing. Her beautiful baby clothes spread throughout the region, then the state, then the entire country. Her brand became known for its handmade beauty tiny clothes filled with soul. Arthur grew into a confident, creative, and admired young man. The boy who was once bullied was now someone people looked up to. One day, her ex-husband returned. He wanted his family back. He wanted to enjoy the success he never helped build. Sara looked at him calmly and said, "I survived what you did. Now I have a life, and you are not part of it." He left with nothing. Today, Sara's atelier is full of color, movement, and hope. She gives work to women who once felt lost. She turned her pain into creation, her shadow into a path, her tears into art. When people ask about her success, she simply says, "I stitched life with the threads I had, until life learned to stitch with me." Some people are born from darkness, but they become a lighthouse for everyone who walks behind them. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content.